Good morning everyone. In the last session we have studied about the excretory system of man, okay, which consists of pair of kidneys, pair of ureters, then urinary bladder, single urinary bladder and urethra. Okay. Now we will be studying in detail about anatomy of kidney. Okay. So here I have drawn diagram of LS of kidney. LS means what? Longitudinal section. Okay, so if we cut the kidney in longitudinal way, you will get like this view. So inside the kidney, you can see there are two regions. Okay, one outer region which is there, it is known as renal cortex, and inner region of the kidney is known as renal medulla. Okay, so renal cortex I have indicated by dotted structure, wherein renal medulla which is there, it is having many medullary pyramids. Okay, and these medullary pyramids are quite dark. Okay, red color का मैंने lines striations दिखा है. Why is it so? Because you all know very well the fundamental unit of kidney is nephron. Okay, and nephron which is there, it consists of tubules. Okay, so I have drawn here a rough diagram of nephron, wherein you can very well make out different parts of the nephron. Okay, nephron consists of Malpighian body, then proximal convoluted tubule which is slightly coiled, then proximal convoluted tubule leads to loop of Henle's. Okay, and then DCT, that is distal convoluted tubule, which is also having convolutions means loops, followed by collecting tubule. Okay, so these are the different parts of the nephron, and this nephron which is there, it is the fundamental unit of kidney, and each kidney which is there, it consists of 1 million nephrons. Okay, and few region of the nephron is found in renal cortex, and some of the part of the nephron is found in renal medulla. Okay, so renal cortex में कौन सा part रहता है? renal cortex का color कैसे है? dark red. Why it is dark red? Because it is having the Malpighian body, PCT and DCT of nephron. Okay, so Malpighian body consists of what? Bowman's capsule and glomerulus. So Bowman's capsule है ये और glomerulus है. What is glomerulus? It is the network of blood capillaries. Network of blood capillaries. So blood capillaries ज़्यादा है, तो blood is red in color. So that's why this part which is there, it is found in renal cortex. So renal cortex का color dark red क्यों दिखाई देगा? Because renal cortex is having Malpighian bodies of all the nephrons. Okay, as well as it is having coiled part, that is PCT and DCT. Okay, PCT DCT coiled है और PCT और DCT के आजू बाजू में भी peritubular capillaries are there. So that's why this will also appear red in color. Okay, so all the coiled part of the nephron, that is PCT and DCT, is also present in the renal cortex. So renal cortex में कौन सा part रहता है nephron का? Malpighian bodies, PCT and DCT, because of which the renal cortex which is there, it is dark red in color. Okay, now which are the remaining parts of the nephron which will be present in the medulla? Guess. So only this part and this part is remaining. What is this part? Loop of Henle's. So how is the loop of Henle's? It is straight, having descending limb and ascending limb, wherein collecting tubule is tubular structure. So these tubular structures are found in the medulla part. Okay, so in medulla part, these striations are indicating what actually? These are the descending and ascending limb of the loop of Henle's, and some of the tubular parts are indicating collecting tubule of nephron. Okay, so coiled part ज़्यादा यहाँ पे नहीं है, medulla mein. That's why renal medulla which is there, it will appear pale red in color. Okay, so pale red zone of the kidney is renal medulla, and dark red color of the kidney is because of the renal cortex. So renal cortex is the anterior part, or posterior part means inside of the kidney is consisting of the renal medulla. Got it? Now these pyramids which are there, these are opening in one tubular structure, and that small tubular structure which is there, it is known as minor calyx. Okay, so minor calyx is the small tubular structure, okay, which will have the opening of the renal papilla. So all the medullary pyramids are opening in the minor calyx through renal papilla. Okay, so renal papilla is opening in the minor calyx, and many minor calyx of the medullary pyramid are joining to form major calyx. So this is the major calyx. So minor calyx ye hai, many minor calyxes which are there, these will join to form major calyxes, and major calyx is in turn opening in a big cavity, and that big cavity which is there, it is known as what? Renal pelvis. So renal pelvis which is there, it is the big space in the kidney wherein there will be accumulation of more of urine which is produced by the nephrons of the kidney. Okay, so क्या होता है यहाँ पे? What exactly happens? Urine which is there, it is collected here firstly in the minor calyx, and from the minor calyx it will enter in the major calyx, and from the major calyx urine will get accumulated in the renal pelvis. Okay, got it? So renal papilla is the opening wherein all the collecting ducts of different nephrons will open here in the minor calyx. Got it? So each nephron which is there, it is having the collecting duct which is there, it will join to form collecting tubules, and collecting tubules, many collecting tubules will join to form duct of Bellini. Many collecting tubules will join to form duct of Bellini, and duct of Bellini will open in the minor calyx through renal papilla. So please remember students, पहले तो यूरिन कहाँ पे आएगा? माइनर कैलिक्स में, and from minor calyx it will enter in the major calyx. So major calyx is formed due to joining of the minor calyxes, and from the major calyx the urine will get accumulated in the big space of the kidney, that is the renal pelvis, and from the renal pelvis then there will be conduction of the urine towards the urinary bladder through ureter. Okay, so ureter is the tubular structure which will conduct the urine from the kidney. Okay, so kidney little bit store karta hai urine to some extent in the renal pelvis, and once the renal pelvis gets filled up, this urine will drip down in the ureter, and this urine will be stored temporarily in the urinary bladder. Okay, got it? Now, as I told you how the conduction of the urine takes place, and which are the two regions in the kidney. So all of you understood which are the two regions of the kidney, renal cortex and renal medulla. Now we'll study outer covering of the kidney. So look at the diagram. I have drawn three layers which are surrounding the kidney. Okay, kidney को protect करने के लिए three layers रहते हैं. So which are the three layers? Innermost is the renal capsule. Okay, as I told you, be it be any organ, it should have protective covering, and for protection purpose fibrous tissue is there, that is white fibers. Okay, renal capsule is the innermost covering of the kidney which is made up of fibrous connective tissue, and Just next to the renal capsule, there is adipose capsule. Adipose capsule is consisting of peritoneal fat. Okay, fat रहता है उसमें. Adipose tissue, all of you know very well. What is adipose tissue? Adipose tissue consists of adipocytes which will store the fats. So for protection purpose, this adipose capsule is present, which will act as a shock absorber. So shock absorber का काम करेगा वो, and it will prevent mechanical injury to the kidney. Okay, then outermost part of the kidney is renal fascia. Okay, renal fascia is again, it is the modified fibrous connective tissue, again for protection purpose. So which are the three layers which protect the kidney? Innermost is renal capsule, followed by adipose capsule or else renal adiposa, and third one, that is outermost layer, is renal fascia. So अगर बाहर की तरफ से अंदर की तरफ गए तो कौन कौन से layers रहेंगे? Renal fascia, then adipose capsule and renal capsule. And if we go from inner to outside outer layer, then it will be renal capsule, adipose capsule and renal fascia. Okay, this is for protection purpose. So fibrous connective tissue is for protection purpose, and adipose tissue is also for protection purpose, and it also acts as a shock absorber. Okay, so now let's study the main points of kidney. Okay, so kidney is the main excretory organ as it is responsible for removal of harmful nitrogenous waste in the form of urea, uric acid or ammonia, depending upon which type of organism it is. In human beings, we are learning human kidney, so definitely main function क्या रहेगा human kidney का here? To excrete urea, because man is ureotelic. So main excretory organ है kidney, then main function of kidney, formation of urine. Then shape of the kidney कैसे है? Bean shape. Bean is one dicot. Okay, bean का ऐसे shape रहता है, bean seed का, like this it is. Then size, it is 10 to 12 centimeter in length. 10 to 12 centimeter in length and 5 to 7 centimeter in width. 5 to 7 centimeter in width, and thickness is 2 to 3 centimeter. So thickness 2 to 3 centimeter, width is 5 to 7 centimeter and length is 10 to 12 centimeters. Okay. Then coming to the weight. Weight of the kidney 120 to 170 grams, and color, it is reddish brown in color. Why it is reddish brown in color? Because it is having millions of nephron, and each nephron consists of Malpighian body, and each Malpighian body of the nephron is having Bowman's capsule and glomerulus. Glomerulus is network of blood capillaries. So definitely it will appear reddish. So reddish brown because it is having adipose tissue. Got it? Then location. What is the location of the kidney? Kidney is located from 12th thoracic vertebra till 3rd lumbar vertebra. So 12th thoracic vertebra से लेके 3rd lumbar vertebra तक उसका extension रहता है, and it is dorsally present. So dorsal side पे present है, and right kidney and left kidney position I have already explained you. Right kidney is little bit slightly lower in position than left kidney because on right side liver is present. Similar way you have to remember the position of the kidneys as far as midline is concerned. So center में vertebral column रहता है. So remember one thing, left kidney नजदीक रहता है vertebral column से, and right kidney थोड़ा सा distance पे रहता है vertebral column से. Okay, got it? So questions can be asked on this also, position of the kidney. So all of you understood, kidney is present on either side of the vertebral column and it extends from thoracic 12th vertebra till 3rd lumbar vertebra. It extends from 12th thoracic vertebra till lumbar vertebra, 3rd lumbar vertebra. Okay. So protected by 11th and it is also protected by, kidney is protected by floating ribs. And which are the floating ribs? 11th and 12th pair of ribs are floating ribs. Floating ribs क्यों बोला है? Because वो sternum को attach नहीं रहते हैं on ventral side. So that's why they are known as floating ribs. So 11th and 12th pair of floating ribs will protect the kidney from dorsal side. Okay. Then coming to the covering, as I told you, protective covering तो हम लोग ने learn कर लिए, but actually speaking, each and every organ of our body is surrounded by double peritoneum. Okay, heart है, lungs है, उसको protective covering है. Heart को क्या है? Pericardium. Lungs को क्या है? Pleura. And all these which are there, coverings are made up of double peritoneum. Double peritoneum. वैसे ही this peritoneum which is present around the kidney, it is covering the kidney only on the ventral side, not on the dorsal side. Okay, so retroperitoneal, इसीलिए उसको क्या बोलते हैं? किडनी को, kidney is retroperitoneal. Retroperitoneal covered by peritoneum only on the ventral side. Dorsally covering नहीं रहता है peritoneum का किडनी को. That's why it is retroperitoneal. Okay, so इसके ऊपर भी questions आते हैं. So kidney which is there, it is having one part that is known as hilum. So hilum is the notch-like structure through which ureter and renal artery, renal vein are located. So hilum is the notch-like structure wherein ureter comes out from that region, renal artery is coming in the kidney and renal vein comes out from the kidney. Okay, so hilum is what? It is the notch-like structure through which ureter will come out, renal vein will come out and renal artery enters inside the kidney. Okay, so in this particular session we have studied LS of kidney and different measurements of the kidney and location, shape of the kidney. Okay, so in the next lecture we will be learning about the nephron. Thank you.